I don't really love this recording method of holding the phone while I walk. I find it distracting. But I feel pressured to walk because there's some type of enforcement type vehicle parked over near the entrance. You're not supposed to be here past sunset. I have a glass bottle of non-alcoholic beer. I don't know, maybe it has nothing to do with me. One time I got a ticket here for being here late for $60, which was annoying. The man was really unpleasant. Like really oddly aggressive. See all the pretty sunflowers? I don't need to look at me the whole time. I don't need to see the screen the whole time. I said we don't need to look at me the whole time. I don't need to see the screen the whole time. Although I do need to pay attention to being audible, don't I? Anyways, my state of being is I'm thinking about that I'm fighting this battle now that I've been preparing to fight for 17 years. And what that means. What does that mean? How can you wait 17 years for something? How can that really be a thing that's real or true? It just sounds crazy, I guess. I don't know. I've been talking about this to myself a bunch and writing about it to myself and to other people. Because, well, let's just say it's true. Let's put aside the strangeness of it and just say that it's true. It means that I've been waiting 17 years for something and now I have that thing and now I'm in that thing. Like this battle, this moment, this different. And when you wait 17 years for something, that's a really long time. Really long time. Since I was 23, I'm 40 now. So like my whole adult life, basically. And the first 13 years, I was pretty solid on it. Pretty much the whole time. Never really lost my way or had a doubt. Then the 14th year, things started to bend or bubble, and then the last 3 have been much rockier, much harder. And I didn't really lose faith, but I did have a lot more questions. And a lot of people started to look at their watches and talk about Plan B. And I understood that. Because man, it was taking a long time. I know, but it made things harder. It did. It made things a lot harder. And my body broke down. That made things a lot harder too. And I've had to fight to regain the trust of those people, to get them back on that page. I've had to fight to get my body back to being a body I can love again, live in well again, be in contact with again without having to think about it, without having to wonder about it. Let's look at the pretty sunflowers again, and the lake and the water. I think maybe the security type vehicle person has moved off. Which would mean either they put a ticket on my car and left, or just left and didn't have anything to do with me. So I think I was just being paranoid. I don't think they were gonna sit there and wait for half an hour for someone to walk around the lake and walk back around the lake. That would take some real, I don't know. If I'd done a real crime, they would have come around the lake after me. Sit there and wait for me. It's probably unlikely. So anyways, good, but distracting, right? Notice I was talking about something really important, and that dumb bullshit was real distracting. Because it is dumb bullshit, because I'm not doing anything. I'm walking around a lake, have a bottle of non-alcoholic beer. It's a glass bottle. I think I'm not supposed to have glass bottles out here because they could break and there could be broken glass. I'm not gonna break the bottle. If I do, I'll pick up the pieces of broken glass as best I can. But sometimes that's not enough. Sometimes people bust you just because they want to, because they're having a difficult day. That's the problem with cops, is they have this authority over you, but they're just people. And there are these laws that they're supposed to abide by, and generally they do, but still, they're given the authority to take power over you and to make you do things, and your recourse to argument is always costly, takes a lot of time. Once they throw something at you, yeah, suddenly you have to give money and time to not having that thing bear a mark against your name. And that sucks. And that's one of the things I can't abide. And changing that kind of thing, that's an enormous lever that you gotta pull to change something that's that entrenched in this world that we live in. That's why I've been building a project for 17 years, because that's what I'm trying to do. Is that crazy? Maybe it's crazy. Is it tilting at windmills, as the famous phrase from the book Don Quixote by the Spanish writer Miguel Cervantes? Tilting at windmills. Don Quixote thinks he's a knight on adventures, and he's really just like this kind of like foolish old man, and he actually seems to hallucinate. Like, it's like he sees two dudes and a chick, and he's like, blah blah blah, ogres and a princess, or whatever. Like, he's not really hallucinating, but he's seeing a very different, dramatically different view of reality in what he encounters. And he thinks these windmills are giants at some point, and he attacks these windmills like they're these giants. And it's sort of like he's just a kid with an incredible imagination who's just decided to like give himself over to that, even though he's an adult. But the idea is he's also not accomplishing anything, tilting at windmills, like he's fighting windmills. The old word for fighting, a tilt, two knights jousting, a tilt. He's tilting at windmills, like, and it's insane or foolish or, you know, just a waste of time. I'm wondering if you can see that moon up there. So it's always nice to see them. There it is. See the moon. Yeah. Anyways, am I tilting at windmills with a project of that aim, that goal, that scope? Maybe I am, but I've spent 17 years building the right project. I didn't launch it until it was ready. And I spent 17 years, and I didn't dick around. I did an F-ton of different kinds of work. I traveled, these different kinds of experiences I gathered. I like built a body of knowledge, a set of tools, an arsenal, essentially, to like attack this thing. Am I tilting at windmills? I don't know, but I can't abide by that. I can't abide by homeless people on the street. I can't abide by babies dying in wars in other places. I just can't abide by it. And I couldn't do a kind of work that didn't address all of that. I just couldn't. So that's where we're at. Am I crazy or not? I don't know. I don't know.